Do you ever stop and listen to the conversation you're having with yourself? If you were to pause for a moment and reflect on your inner dialogue, what would you hear? Would you hear words of encouragement, self-belief, and confidence? Or would you hear doubt, fear, and self-criticism? The truth is, the words you speak to yourself, those quiet whispers in your mind, are shaping the course of your life more than you realize. If you want to change your life, change the way you talk to yourself. Imagine for a moment what could you accomplish if, for the next 30 days, you made a conscious decision to speak to yourself with the same love, encouragement, and belief that you would offer to the people you care about most. Today, we're going to dive into a simple, yet profoundly powerful practicing talking to yourself like you mean it. This simple shift in how you communicate with yourself can unlock a new level of potential within you. But before we do, let me share a fundamental truth. You are what you think about most of the time. Let that sink in for a moment. What you think about, what you focus on, what you say to yourself, this is who you are becoming. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to take control of that narrative. So, let's begin. Let me ask you again, what are you telling yourself right now? Is it uplifting? Is it positive? Is it motivating you to take action? You see, everything begins with your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your words, and your words shape your actions. And your actions, over time, will shape your destiny. You are what you think about most of the time. This is a powerful truth. It's not just a nice quote. It's a law of life. Your inner dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, is creating the person you are today and the person you will become tomorrow. Think about this: every success you've ever had, every failure, every moment of happiness, every struggle, it all started in your mind. The way you think about yourself and your abilities determines the course of your life. If you continually tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't do something, or that you're not capable of achieving greatness, guess what? You'll keep proving yourself right. Your thoughts, those silent conversations you have with yourself, are setting the stage for what you'll accomplish, or fail to accomplish. And yet, the reverse is also true. If you speak to yourself with encouragement, belief, and certainty, your reality begins to shift. You start taking actions that align with those positive thoughts. You begin making decisions that reflect your self-confidence. You see opportunities instead of obstacles. You see solutions where others see problems. This is where the power of self-talk lies. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts for the sake of it. It's about programming your mind to believe in your own potential. The more you practice positive self-talk, the more natural it becomes. And as it becomes second nature, you will start to notice profound changes in your life. The key to success is to focus our conscious mind on things we desire, not things we fear. Every moment, your mind is either helping you move forward or holding you back. The choice is yours. But here's the secret. It all starts with the words you speak to yourself. When you tell yourself that you are capable, that you are deserving of success, your mind starts to align with that truth. It begins to search for ways to make those words a reality. It doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency, it becomes inevitable. So, I challenge you, right now, pause and think about the words you're using. Are they the words of a champion? Are they the words of someone who is destined for success? Or are they words of doubt, fear, and limitation? If you want to change your life, you must begin by changing the way you talk to yourself. If you do this, you will see a shift in your actions. And as your actions begin to align with your new self-talk, you'll start to see the results you've always wanted. Remember, success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's the result of a mindset that consistently reinforces positive action. And that mindset starts with the words you speak to yourself. Take a moment and reflect. What have you been telling yourself? If you've been telling yourself that you're capable, that you can achieve anything you set your mind to, then congratulations. You are on the right path. Keep speaking those words and watch as your life begins to reflect them. But if you've been letting negativity seep in, if you've been holding yourself back with doubt, fear, and uncertainty, it's time for a change. It's time to start speaking to yourself like someone who believes in their potential, someone who is destined for greatness. The power of self-talk is in your hands, and when you harness it, there is nothing you cannot accomplish. Are you ready to begin? Let me ask you, how often do you catch yourself thinking thoughts that hold you back? Maybe it's that little voice inside your head saying, "You're not good enough," or "You'll never make it." Perhaps you doubt your ability to succeed, or worse, you question your worth. We've all been there. But here's the truth you need to understand. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are just that, thoughts. They are not you. It's critical to realize that negative thoughts are not facts. They are simply stories your mind tells you, stories shaped by past experiences, fears, and sometimes just plain habit. But these stories don't have to define your future. The only limits in our life are those we impose on ourselves. This is a key point. If you've been telling yourself that you can't do something, that you're not capable, or that you'll never achieve your goals, it's time to rewrite that story. It's time to replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Here's the powerful truth. Your beliefs create your reality. The way you perceive yourself and the world directly influences the actions you take and the outcomes you achieve. So, if you've been operating from a place of self-doubt, you've been limiting yourself. But when you consciously decide to change those beliefs, you unlock the door to unlimited potential. Now let's break this down. How do we begin the process of replacing negative thoughts with empowering beliefs? First, we need to recognize the negative thoughts. Think about this every time you think or say something like, "I can't do this," or "I'm not smart enough." You're reinforcing a belief that limits you. You're telling yourself that success is out of reach. But it doesn't have to be this way. The first step in replacing negative thoughts is awareness. You must become aware of the language you use with yourself, the automatic thoughts that pop up when faced with challenges. Once you identify them, you can challenge them. Let's take a moment to talk about reframing. This is one of the most powerful tools you can use to shift your mindset. Reframing is about looking at a situation from a different perspective, one that is more positive, empowering, and productive. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never be successful," reframe it by saying, "I am learning, growing, and becoming more successful every day." Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough to start this business," reframe it to, "I have the skills, the passion, and the resources to build something incredible." When you consistently reframe your negative thoughts like this, you will gradually begin to shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. And over time, these empowering beliefs will become your new reality. You can only grow if you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. This is another essential truth. Replacing negative thoughts with empowering beliefs requires you to step outside your comfort zone. It requires you to take action even when you don't feel ready, even when fear creeps in. But that's where the magic happens. The more you push past that discomfort, the more you reinforce the belief that you are capable, strong, and resilient. Remember, your mind is incredibly powerful. What you feed it will grow. Feed it negativity and you'll see more of it in your life. But feed it positivity and you'll begin to see a transformation. One of the most powerful strategies for creating lasting change is using affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. These statements are designed to replace negative beliefs and reinforce new, empowering ones. For example, if you've been telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am worthy of success. I am more than enough." If you've been saying, "I'm not smart enough," replace it with, "I have the knowledge and ability to learn anything I set my mind to." The key to affirmations is consistency. The more you repeat them, the more your mind will begin to believe them. And the more your mind believes them, the more you will act on them. It's like planting seeds in your mind. At first, you might not see the growth, but with time and repetition, those seeds begin to take root. Before you know it, you'll start seeing the results of your new empowering beliefs. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. So, what's the takeaway from this? You have the power to change your beliefs. You have the power to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself. Every thought you have is an opportunity to change your life, and it all starts with replacing negative, limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Start today. Recognize those negative thoughts. Reframe them. Replace them with positive affirmations. And remember, this is a process. Be patient with yourself. Over time, these new empowering beliefs will become second nature, and your life will begin to reflect them in ways you never thought possible. The power is in your hands. You just have to believe it. Have you ever stopped to think about the way leaders talk to themselves? Think about the great leaders in history, those who have achieved extraordinary things. What sets them apart? What is it about their mindset, their internal dialogue, that allows them to rise above the challenges and setbacks that would crush most people? The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is how they view their failures. Leaders don't just speak to themselves with confidence when things are going well. No. They speak to themselves with conviction when times are tough. They have an inner dialogue that propels them forward, even when the odds are stacked against them. And the best part, you have the same ability to speak to yourself like a leader. It's all about how you frame your thoughts, your words, and the belief you hold about your own potential. But before we get into the specifics, let's reflect on one powerful truth. Your self-talk is either pushing you toward leadership or holding you back from it. When you speak to yourself with self-doubt, fear, or a lack of conviction, it becomes impossible to act like a leader. Your actions follow your thoughts. And if those thoughts are full of negativity and insecurity, your actions will reflect that. But when you speak to yourself as a leader, when you tell yourself that you are capable, that you have the strength and the wisdom to overcome obstacles, that's when you unlock your true potential. Leadership begins the moment you start to lead yourself. Every great leader has learned how to master their own mind first. They know that leadership starts from within. It starts with the thoughts you have about yourself. It starts with how you view your own potential. So, what does it mean to speak to yourself like a leader? First and foremost, leaders speak to themselves with confidence. They affirm their abilities, their decisions, and their worth. They don't second-guess themselves, and they certainly don't waste time with negative self-talk. When a leader faces a challenge, their inner dialogue is filled with thoughts like, "I can handle this. I have what it takes. I will figure this out." You, too, must begin to speak to yourself like this. You are capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. But it all starts with believing it. And belief is built through positive self-talk. Second, leaders speak to themselves with resilience. They don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they use their failures as stepping stones. They tell themselves, "This is temporary. I will learn from this and come back stronger." No leader ever achieved greatness by avoiding failure. They achieved greatness because they had the mental fortitude to keep going, to keep fighting, even when things were tough. And that mental fortitude is built through empowering self-talk. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control the way you respond. Leaders take responsibility for their outcomes, and they speak to themselves in ways that reinforce this mindset. They don't blame circumstances, other people, or the world for their challenges. Instead, they take ownership and tell themselves, "I am in control of my destiny. My choices determine my outcomes." You must adopt this mindset too. Stop blaming external factors for where you are right now. Instead, take full ownership of your life and your future. Speak to yourself as though you are in the driver's seat. You have the power to steer your life in any direction you choose. Third, leaders speak to themselves with clarity and focus. They know where they're going and what they want to achieve. They don't waste time on confusion or indecision. Instead, their self-talk is filled with a sense of purpose and direction. They tell themselves, "I know what I want, and I'm going to go after it." A clarity in your thoughts creates clarity in your actions. When you speak to yourself with certainty and focus, you start moving toward your goals with purpose. You stop drifting, and you start making decisions that align with the person you are becoming. One of the most powerful aspects of leadership is vision. Leaders have a clear vision of where they're going and who they want to become. They use their inner dialogue to reinforce that vision every single day. You must do the same. Speak to yourself in a way that aligns with your vision and make decisions based on that vision. Finally, leaders speak to themselves with compassion and self-care. They understand that they are human. They know that they will face obstacles, make mistakes, and encounter setbacks. But rather than beating themselves up, they speak to themselves with kindness. They remind themselves, I am learning, I am growing, I will keep going. You see, leadership is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about continuing to move forward, no matter the circumstances. So, when you make mistakes, when things don't go as planned, speak to yourself with understanding and encouragement. Recognize that growth comes through challenges and remind yourself that you are on the right path. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. Leaders know that the journey to success is long and it's filled with detours and distractions. But they don't stop, they keep moving forward. And their self-talk keeps them motivated and focused no matter what obstacles they face. Today, I want you to start speaking to yourself like a leader. When you wake up in the morning, remind yourself that you are capable of greatness. When you face a challenge, remind yourself that you have the strength to overcome it. When you feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself that you are in control of your destiny. The leader you're becoming starts with the words you speak to yourself today. So, speak like a leader, act like a leader, and you will see your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Are you ready to lead yourself? Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Just like a train that starts slowly, but once it gains speed, it can move mountains. Momentum in your life can propel you towards success in ways you never imagined. Momentum breeds motivation, and motivation breeds success. But how do we build this momentum? It all starts with something simple, yet incredibly powerful: your self-talk. When you speak to yourself positively, you create an inner force that drives you forward. Positive self-talk is like the fuel that keeps the engine of your success running. It's not just about feeling good in the moment. It's about setting the stage for continued progress, even when things get tough. Think about the times you've had a good day. You wake up feeling energized. You have a positive thought about the day ahead, and you act on that thought. You make decisions that align with your goals. You take action. And as you keep moving, each small success builds on the next. The momentum is growing. But the opposite is true too. Negative self-talk is like putting the brakes on your success. If you constantly tell yourself you can't do something, or that you're not good enough, you slow yourself down. You stop taking action, and the progress you've made comes to a halt. Here's the key truth you must embrace. The way you talk to yourself dictates the momentum you create in your life. When you speak to yourself in a positive, empowering way, you generate the kind of energy that drives you forward. Every small action becomes easier, and each success fuels the next. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude. It all starts with your attitude. If you wake up with the mindset that today is going to be a great day, that you're capable of achieving your goals, and that nothing will stop you, you are already setting yourself up for momentum. Your thoughts guide your actions, and your actions determine the results you get. When you think positive, you act positive. When you act positive, you get positive results. And those results create more belief in yourself, which leads to more action, more results, and so on. This is how momentum works. Let me share an example. Let's say you've set a goal to get healthier and start exercising more. If you start your day by telling yourself, I'm getting healthier every day. Today, I'll make choices that support my goals. You're already creating momentum. By focusing on your goal and speaking to yourself in a positive way, you're more likely to take action, whether that's going for a walk, making a healthy meal, or pushing yourself through a workout. Every action builds momentum, and before you know it, you're seeing real progress. That momentum feeds your belief that you can achieve even more. But what happens when you tell yourself, I'll never get in shape, I don't have the time, I can't stick with it? You stop before you even begin. Negative thoughts create resistance. They drain your energy, and they prevent you from taking the necessary steps to move forward. Momentum is about building on small successes. Positive self-talk is the fuel that helps you keep building. When you tell yourself, "I can do this. I've done it before. I can do it again," you are creating a powerful cycle of success that accelerates your progress. Here's something important. Don't wait for the momentum to start before you begin thinking positively. Too often, people wait for things to happen before they believe in themselves. But the truth is, you need to believe in yourself first. Speak to yourself in a positive way, and the momentum will follow. The greatest obstacle to success is fear. The greatest motivator is confidence. Confidence doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Confidence is built through consistent positive self-talk. When you begin speaking to yourself like a winner, you start to feel like one. You start to take actions that move you closer to your goals. And as you see progress, your confidence grows, and so does your momentum. The more momentum you create, the easier it becomes to keep going. You'll start to see the positive results that come from your efforts, and those results will motivate you to keep pushing. With every small step, you'll feel more energized, more determined, and more capable of achieving your biggest dreams. Momentum is built one thought, one action, and one success at a time. Every time you think positively, you set yourself up for success. Every time you take action, you build momentum. And every time you see the results of your hard work, you're reinforcing the cycle of progress. Remember this: small victories lead to big momentum. Positive self-talk gives you the courage to take the first step. And that first step is the one that sets everything else in motion. Whether you're working toward personal growth, career success, or health and wellness, the momentum you create will carry you forward. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. Momentum is not something you wait for. It's something you create. And it starts with how you talk to yourself. The more positive and empowering your self-talk, the more momentum you'll create. Keep that momentum going, and soon you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The question is, are you ready to build momentum today? We've talked about the power of your inner dialogue, how to replace negative thoughts with empowering beliefs, and how speaking to yourself like a leader creates momentum. But now, it's time to focus on the most important part, living the results of your positive self-talk. The real question is, how do you transform the positive thoughts, the affirmations, and the momentum into tangible results in your life? What you think about most of the time is what you become. Your thoughts shape your reality. The more you think positively, the more your actions align with those thoughts. And over time, these actions will lead you to the results you desire. But the key is consistency. It's about waking up every day, knowing that your positive self-talk is setting the stage for your future. And with each step you take, you are creating the life you've always dreamed of. So, let's break it down. How do we begin living those results? 1. Consistency creates change. Positive self-talk is not just a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. It's about speaking to yourself in a way that empowers you every day. It's about waking up and reminding yourself of your worth, your potential, and your ability to succeed. When you consistently speak to yourself positively, you start to feel differently about who you are and what you can achieve. Over time, this shift in mindset starts to show up in your actions. Your decisions are driven by confidence. Your goals are pursued with passion. You take inspired action because you believe in the outcome. Success is not an event, it's a process. Success comes from doing the right things every day, over and over again. The more you consistently speak to yourself like a winner, the more you will act like a winner. And when you act like a winner, you start to see the results that winners see. It's a cycle that feeds itself. But here's the key: you must stay committed to the process. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the sum total of your daily efforts, fueled by the positive thoughts you've been nurturing. Stick with it, and soon you'll start seeing results. 2. Results come from taking action. Positive self-talk is the spark, but action is the fuel. It's one thing to think positive thoughts, but it's another thing to take those thoughts and turn them into actions that lead to results. You see, success is not just about thinking good things about yourself. It's about acting on those thoughts. When you believe you can achieve something, you act with the confidence that success is inevitable. You don't wait for perfect conditions. You move forward with the certainty that your actions are aligned with your goals. You cannot achieve success in life unless you take action. Action is the bridge between your potential and your success. This is the power of positive self-talk. It drives you to take action. When you tell yourself, "I am capable of creating the life I want," you start taking steps toward making it happen. Every small action you take compounds over time, and before you know it, you are living the results of your positive self-talk. 3. Belief creates results. At the core of all positive self-talk is one powerful belief: you are capable of achieving greatness. The more you tell yourself this, the more you start to believe it. And belief is the foundation of all success. When you truly believe that success is within your reach, you start to take bigger steps. You set higher goals. You push yourself further. And as you move forward with belief, you begin to see results. Your belief gives you the courage to try, to fail, to learn, and to grow. Your belief in yourself is the first step towards success. Living the results of your positive self-talk means having the belief that the outcome you desire is inevitable. And when you have that belief, you act with certainty. That certainty drives results. 4. Positive self-talk creates resilience. Life will always throw challenges your way. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is resilience. When you've built a strong foundation of positive self-talk, you have the mental toughness to face challenges head-on. The setbacks and failures that once discouraged you will no longer stop you. Instead of letting them define you, you'll see them as part of the process. Each setback is a lesson. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. Failure is never final unless you quit. It's simply feedback that you need to learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. When you've been speaking to yourself positively for 30 days, or even longer, you begin to realize that challenges don't stop you. They teach you. They prepare you for bigger wins. And that belief, that resilience, is what will carry through to the results you desire. 5. Living the results through daily commitment. The results of your positive self-talk won't show up as some grand event. They will show up in the small, everyday actions you take. It's in the way you carry yourself. It's in the confidence you have when making decisions. It's in the momentum you create through your consistency. Living the results means seeing the tangible evidence of your positive self-talk in your life. You'll notice it in your productivity, your relationships, your health, and your career. These results are the byproducts of your daily commitment to speaking to yourself as a person who is worthy of success. What you do today determines the results of tomorrow. Each day, your positive self-talk will bring you one step closer to the life you desire. It's not just about thinking differently. It's about living differently. It's about taking action, building belief, and staying resilient in the face of challenges. Today, I want you to ask yourself, what do you want your life to look like? Your positive self-talk will bring that vision into reality, one thought, one action, one step at a time. The results you desire are already within your reach. They are waiting for you to take the first step. And as you continue to speak to yourself positively with belief, confidence, and resilience, those results will become your reality. Are you ready to live the results of your positive self-talk?